Hey guys, welcome to Farm Simulator 2017 on Oakfield. So, one of the tasks we're going to be doing today, along with finishing up the harvest up top in Field 9 more than likely, is the 135 and this field. So let's get it cranked up. We're going to start down over here. We'll probably do a headland to be quite honest, so let's get the spread switched on. So the white particle effects going down on the ground is basically, it's called GMK. What it stands for I don't know, but it's lime is what we're spreading, as you guys can see in the bottom there it says lime, and it puts this white texture over there, symbolizes down there. I know lime's very dusty and stuff like that, and realistically speaking you probably wouldn't be spreading lime in an open station tractor, especially an open station tractor like this, because I've seen videos online of them spreading lime, and yeah, it's not something I would want to particularly do. It doesn't look very pleasant. The white dust is everywhere, and no doubt once it gets wet it's just probably very, very chalky. Any of you guys that have got experience spreading lime, let me know. Probably a bit like chicken muck as well. I think that goes very powdery and something along those lines. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. So we'll do the headland. I will probably have GPS open, but I will not be using it. I just want to use it as guidelines, kind of spreading with, basically. GMK, you can kind of see where you're going. Doesn't, to me, it's a grass field. It doesn't matter if I really missed some of it or anything really. It just doesn't bother me in that respect. I know some people, they will freak their crap out, but at the end of the day, grass to me is grass. It's for the animals more times out of 10. As far as this goes, though, I'm not too worried. Me going around the outside like this, also, I'm going to kind of get a gist of how much is it going to get through while going around. We've got a bucket full of a little over 1,000 litres of it on the T6 there, for when the inevitable happens and we need to refill. Of course, typically that thing would just overflow everywhere while filling this, no doubt. Kind of do with some bags of it, which I don't know if exist, and if they do, I'm not really interested. I think I'll just use the buckets, and we'll use some imagined if what have you there. So yeah, once I've got the lines going there, I can kind of have a guideline of where enough I have spread and where I haven't. So I'm not sure what they're working with on this little sprayer. Pretty cool. So that would be neat, and I don't know if anyone's ever done it, is if you could fill these with seed and it could only seed grass or stuff like that, stuff that you could broadcast easily. So to me, grass would be one that would scream at you could broadcast. It'd be neat. Alright, let's run down to over here and get going on that. It shouldn't take too long. If it starts taking a little while, I'll probably move over to harvesting the field and come back to this on the live stream that we'll do on, well, we probably would have done on Monday. As I say, I'm kind of waiting to see what mods get put up on the mod hub, because there's one in particular, as I've said, that I'm kind of waiting for. Alright, let's balance the controller. That's that again. So at least I know kind of a line to follow there. So we're using GPS, but we're using it manually. And switch her off. Mainly what I always need it for is how far over do I start off with going. That's the thing I tend to struggle with. We're actually going to bring our cruise down, which would probably be our hand throttle normally. Would be neat if that moved. I don't think it does. And of course something like this, although you wouldn't have auto steer on it, you could probably put a form of the GPS on it, where it basically tells you how far over the line you are. Wait, no. Love less of that. I'm not sure what those GPS systems are called. Many of you may know the lines are the ones I'm talking about. They've got basically a bar of LEDs. However many LEDs on the left and right are red, and then in the centre is green. And basically the aim of the game is to keep that dead centre. And you can probably use that on this machine. Somewhere have the GPS antenna and go from there. I don't know if they need too much electronics on tractors or not. I have no idea. I really don't. Alright, I think our next pass we will be going way over the headland, so we'll just run down to the bottom here and do it that way. Again, the grass is so early and this thing's probably so damn light it doesn't matter if we run over the grass. How much we got? Yeah, 124 litres. We may get down the whole row, we may not. I'm anticipating we probably won't. It's interesting, I don't know, is there any real benefit of lime in-game, or does it just act like solid fertilizer, which basically is like any other fertilizer in-game, I think. I don't know if there is really any benefit. Now, hopefully you guys don't, but you may hear a slight bang of me putting my coffee mug down. Try and do it as careful as possible. And how much we got in there? 92. Yeah, I'll probably fill it at the top of this row. Bring the trailer into the field now as well. And just dump it over there. And it'll be good to go. A bit of outside shot. I'm actually surprised how much it's not used. That is pretty damn good. I might have stopping about there. Am I falling short? Yeah, there I did. So basically I think I need to wait until the rear clamshell of the fender is just over the line. I'll drop this down. Oh, it's actually lowered. Huh, my bad. So the texture on the lime, I believe it's the default. I don't believe Oxygen Dave has done anything to it. I don't think he will. There's someone in one of the streams saying it looks crap, it looks terrible, but really, how on earth are you supposed to symbolize dust? Let's be real on that one now, guys. Alright, so we got, yeah, well, actually almost 2,000 litres in the bucket. So the trailer can go here. Now the trailer's actually acting as a bit of a counterweight, so we got to go careful. There's a lot of pendulum effect that would go on here. No, this doesn't take much. Apparently I just hit into the tractor. Oh, okay, yep, that's the arms, the spreader, everything's toast now. Slowly. I think in reality it will stop. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. That's full again. And oh, here we go. I think it holds 500 litres of it. But to me, I know some of you may get bored with this, but to me this is the most enjoyable part of farming. Well, the game anyway. I'm not real life out the window. This right here. Old Massey, grass field, heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. Now, I will stand and say that to date, one of my most favourite mods for the time was NI Modding's Ferguson Systems Pack. The Fergie Greys. I used the living snot out of that equipment. Now, I did a Kicking It Old School series, went back to using them. Didn't really hang around for long. I kept just the game it. the game's showing its age and I didn't really enjoy myself. But I like messing around with older machinery. It's so much fun, it really is. It's such a pleasure to use the old stuff in-game and just kick it back for a little while and realise where farming is now to what it has been. I think so many younger guys that jump into the game and always go for the biggest machinery. Of course, it's a game, so it doesn't matter, but when you've got mods like this, you really appreciate the technology now. You really do. It's pretty cool. And I think so many of you guys probably would share that as well. You're like just kicking it back with the old school equipment here and there and have fun. I know I've been using the 135 a lot, and it's I'm just plain and simple enjoying the tractor. You guys know I like my open station stuff. I like my old crawler tractors. I got a crawler tractor which it's unfortunately a fix for it's not been publicly released, but the version I have works fairly well. And I got these. I'm happy. I'm happy. And I got a map that's just based 38 minutes away from me. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper, as the saying goes. Alright, so switch off that. Yay! I'm so used to hitting the GPS. Of course, you've got the center crease there down the bonnet. Plant the center of that there and really just leave it, and it should track there nicely. I mean, my controller is not the best. You can see it's kind of wandering off there. I don't know if the game would do that naturally, just the physics, or what the deal is, or whether you could get it going arrow straight. I don't know. In tractors like this, they probably wander a bit anyway. So I'm thinking we may be able to get a good another half of the field done at least with this spreader. Now I don't plan on always using this spreader for fertilization. We've got the modern one as well, so we'll use that at some point, no doubt. But now and again, I'll use this one, especially on the small pasture there that we got by field 9. I'll always use this thing. And I'm actually thinking about using this tractor here to plough that field, or the tractor one with Vago's plough. I don't know how it'll handle it personally. It may act a little funky. That I'm really not too sure on. But we'll give it a go and see how it copes. We'll track it up there. I went before with the trailer, we're pretty darn close. Now, going around this tree here, I'm actually going to switch it off. Because we could have ploughed it, but we just left it as is. So, let that bit fit. This grass here is giant's grass. You can see the colour difference. So there's no sense fertilising stuff we can't, well, reap any benefit from, is there? Just save that little 2-3 litres. All goes a long way at the end of the day. It really does. May try something new with the thumbnail in a bit, actually. I've been toying with the idea of doing a in-camp thumbnail. I've done it once before. It looks pretty good. It's something a bit different at the end of the day. Alright, go outside. Third person view for this, and off. And done. Now going over there, I don't know actually if it would be using any. I imagine it would. And will we make the next row? I don't know. We probably should have filled then. We're about halfway through the field right now, and it's taken us, what, 14 minutes? 14 minutes of very pleasurable driving up and down in straight lines. You know something that's I've noticed recently, and it still amazes me. I'll put your guys' 2 cents in on this one. I'm trying to get a gist of what people think, and I do go back and read the comments. I've not been replying lately, I know. I'm bad. I hate that. But that is people that come into streams and whatever typically, or possibly even videos saying, and just get bored of when you're doing the same job. Now, I tend to try and keep it different on the videos. Live streams, I will stick with the same job for quite a while, granted, because we're there talking. It's about talking to you guys. You guys can see me talking to you, and you guys can ask me all the questions that you want, and just start up a conversation. It's great fun. I love it. And that's, they come in and want you to change jobs right away, or can you do something else? This is boring. I think those type of people fail to realise, well, farming is doing the same job for sometimes hours upon hours of a time. And it amazes me, they come into Farm Sim stream. Wait, we're empty. They come into a farming simulator stream, knowing darn well that some of them may have background in farming, and they find it boring. Isn't farming one of probably the most boring jobs in as far as field work? Because all you're doing is, you may go around a field 3 times at one point, and then you're just up and down. Yeah, to me, that's monotonous, and that's the aim of the game, really, isn't it? It does crack me up at that one. Some people are like that, but it is a very oh really again? It's a very monotonous job. You're doing basically very repetitive. If you guys don't know what that means, monotonous. Doing the same thing over and over and over again. Wait. What's that shadow there? What? What is that? You guys see that? There's something wrong with these buckets. I'm pretty sure. I know I asked on Monday, so I'm actually interested to see you guys' replies on that. Because I'm not too sure what's going on with them. I don't know if it's MR or whether they do it normally. Lift it up. And then we'll just drive down until we hit the marker for where we stopped. I think I accidentally missed a bit too, so we'll go down straight. I think we'll move on to another task too. We've been doing this for quite a while, and no doubt you guys are bored of it. Like I say, practice what I preach. I will move on to something different. So we'll park this in the shade. Actually, right underneath the tree. How's that? Right next to the stinging nettles? I don't think so. Funny enough, we don't have those in Canada, I don't think. And God, I don't miss these damn things. Oh. Now what would be cool is if we had some of these. Anybody that knows stinging nettles, if that's what these are, which looks like they are, dock leaves. The leaves that are fairly large and have got purple spots. Good God, that's nature's fix for stinging nettles. They work so well. Amount of times that I'd get stung by them and have those white dots all over me as a kid. Oh, I do not miss those days one bit. Alright, let's fire this bad boy up. Won't take us long to harvest canola though. And get rid of that. Tomorrow's video is going to be West Coast. But after this one I'm going to make something to eat. I'm watching YouTube videos. Depends how long it takes to eat that and make it. I'll probably get another video done, so that'll be me up until Thursday already. Yeah, rock on that one. And done good on that, for once. I am. Definitely. Well, I'm going to try and get up earlier in the morning as well, get a bit more done. Now during the rest of the week I don't need to. Mondays, I can probably accomplish everything I need to. But we'll stick to it. And possibly get a backlog of videos going, which would be kind of nice, not going to lie. Hopefully at some point too we can sell a few pallets of the straw. Not straw, good grief. I wouldn't mind actually doing a decent amount of that. Maybe Field 34 is kind of hilly. I could do with a flat field just for that type of thing. For the straw stuff. This one's a no-go, just look how well. You can't even see the yard like that. It's pretty steep. But so I could do the sell off the pellets, load them up onto the truck. I think that'd be a lot of fun, actually, to be quite honest. Wouldn't mind doing that at some point. But you need... The fact that that thing goes so slow, it's... Hopefully, with it being... Oh, I've got the code for the XMLs, I may be able to go into that, edit the Primos to... like 5 miles an hour working speed, let's say. Bring the mass down so it's not so boring. As far as you guys watching it, that's the only time I'll ever do that. Me normally, I would quite happily have that going at the real working speed of 3 miles an hour. But when it's going from 1 to 2 to 3 miles an hour because of MR, that's a joke. That's an absolute joke at that point. It's brutal. So if I could even delete that one completely or do some trickery, I most definitely would. I need to actually check to see if More Realistic has updated. Because that I'm not too sure on. It may well have. Which if that's the case, I'll download that relatively soon. I'm actually surprised at the yield we're getting out of this. I don't think I've had to empty yet. No, I haven't, because I haven't even got a trailer up here. Or do I? No, I don't. So we may use everybody's least favourite tractor. Well, no, it's not a tractor. We'll bring out the Mog. AKA the Unimog. Lots of people don't like that. I have no understanding why. Love that thing. I am tempted to get rid of it. Do I really need it on the map? No. And that's the way I'm looking now on this one. I want longevity on Oakfield, so I'm looking at stuff of, do I really need it? The answer is going to be probably, no you don't. Get rid of it. That being said, I do like having a vehicle that I can actually go around the yard, well the farms, not the farms even, but the map relatively quick, and that is that. I also have the transport truck, which I can do the same with. It's just a lot bigger, so it's a bit more cumbersome. There we go. Use the correct English there. Haven't used that yard much up there. So that would be a good one in case sort of more storage if needs be. But we've got some stuff down at the pig yard now for making hay and all of that stuff. That's going to stay down there. I really don't want to store tractors down there. As I've said before, to me, you want your most expensive equipment down in the main yard so you can keep an eye on it. I would never want, like the Chrome Beta for example, me in real life, that would be on the main yard. Of course, in real life you don't have this issue of too much stuff in the yard you're lagging, but I would want that stuff to be there. Maybe like the Tedder and stuff like that. Yeah, you could probably keep that over there, possibly have it in an enclosed building if you're away from that yard more times out than you're there. But your tractors, your big dollar equipment, be your main yard. Of course, we don't have that luxury right now, and I need to stop telling myself to, like, doesn't matter, there's not going to be people that steal stuff from the game. And just so we're not going like 10 miles an hour harvesting this, which would be incredibly unrealistic. MR, I don't know if MR could ever actually stop the ability of this running away down the hill. Actually, I'm just going to go down into this corner, which is somewhat level. Turn off the threshing unit, and we've just jumped in the Challenger. Need to get that thing out for a while. Did I actually get rid of the Unimog? I may have already got rid of the Unimog, did I? I may have. I think I did. There you go. I told you guys I was being ruthless. I did actually get rid of the Unimog. Alrighty then. Curvets. I like the sound of that. Oh good god, the cat just walked into the room and scared the absolute crap out of me. Oh my god. Really? Stupid animal? Oh wow. You guys probably just heard of that. Big orange fat cat. If you guys go to my Instagram page, I believe I've got a picture up of her on there. I'm going the wrong way. No, down here. Right, I'm gonna pause. I'll be back. Okay, obligatory made fuss of the cat as she's walked in. So, back up to the trailer over here. I don't know. Ego showed his plow with a 3-furrow. I was kind of hoping this one come with it in the pack, but it doesn't seem to, unfortunately. Because I would definitely work behind the... good God, think... the crawler tractor. I think the cat's come in as a... She used to do this, but hasn't done for a long time when I'm recording. You guys have heard of me. And she's been sleeping and purring underneath the desk. Probably been able to hear her in a few older videos. I was... What was I doing? I think I was getting in... Yeah, I was making myself a coffee. I just stood in the kitchen by the sink, and she picks at the rug down by our sink. She got her claw stuck. And she got her claw stuck good. I've never seen her like that. She ended up flopping over, laying down. And she probably would have got it out, but... As much as she is a pain, she is an angry cat. She's very picky on who she likes. And one of the few people that really bonded with her very quickly. She's okay with people that live here, basically. And she got one of her claws stuck real good, so I... Like, basically, for goodness sake, okay, let's get down. Kneel down on the carpet, or the rug there, and try to unhook her, and she's getting a little ticked, like any animal in distress does. So I kind of comfort her for a minute. And then look at it again, it's like... And at this point, I've got her paw, well, her leg in a pretty tight grasp, because she's trying to pull it back, and the last thing I want is her to rip her claw out. So it's like, okay, that ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna be able to get that out easily. We had steaks last night, and in the drying rack was a steak knife, so very gingerly and carefully cutting way towards the cat, with the piece of fabric up in the air, with the strands cut away at it to free her. And as soon as I did that, she walked off to a water bowl like nothing happened. Really? They are silly animals, cats. Now, I'm not a cat person by any means. I'll tolerate them. I appreciate them. Why are you sliding backwards? I like dogs. As far as that concerns, like a domestic animal in that respect, I prefer dogs. Growing up, I grew up with a cat for a very early part of my childhood. It died when I was very young. I can barely remember it. All I know is it was called Lady. It was my dad's cat, and it used to sleep in the cot with me, from what I've been told. And that's really my only upbringing with a cat. You know, I've been around them many times, of course, friends and whatever, and I got them. But we've always had dogs. You guys have seen our dog that we got back in the UK, and heard our dog that we got in the back of in the UK. Noisy son of a gun. I was talking to my mum this weekend, and he's grown big time. He really has. He's definitely a beast. She was saying like he's 23 kilos now. So he's big, big old dog. So I look forward to seeing that thing when I get back. Apparently it doesn't bark as much as it used to, thank God. Because that was getting irritating. That was really getting irritating. So hopefully we'll finish this field in, what, maybe 1 and a bit passes. Curvets will probably go at some point. It's only on the farm for basically, as I've said multiple times, the tractor that will swap out when something better comes along the lines that I'm messing around with. Especially if it gets converted to MR and I find it through the repository, because there's so many mods that I have found through the MR repository. It's been insane. It really has been. And they've been rock solid mods. That's pretty much my rule of thumb now, especially on this map, is it needs to be MR. The Hofburg map, however you pronounce it, I don't know if I'll put MR on that. If any of the tractors have MR, rock on. If they don't, they don't. I don't care. It's a map that I'm going to need some time to learn anyway, which is why I'm probably going to stream it this week, and some of you guys that do play, because I believe there's a few, it's going to be a case of you can laugh at me trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And as I said in yesterday's video, unfortunately it's a map that is on uploaded. Don't agree with it. 800 meg file being downloaded from a site that restricts it, which probably would take at least 3 hours, my guess, downloading it from a non-premium link. All I can say to that is, thank goodness for websites who premiumize links, because they are out there. I would never recommend any of them, because I don't want to be the person that, unfortunately, when you don't know what you're clicking on, you get a virus. Because you've got to be careful on those sites. But at the same time, I definitely would support uploaded. There's no way. It's amazing to me people still are willing to do it and support uploaded. Probably because they pay you at the same time. Free mods, share mods, whatever, you get a bit of money from them. I know that for a fact because Mr. Rainbow Dave, his mods that he has on Mod Hosted with his little reskins, that's where they're hosted. And if you don't care about making any bit of small, tiny, minuscule amount of money off of that stuff, you've always got Mediafire. One of a fairly rock solid downloading site, to be quite honest, from my experiences. So that's this field. I've got a few pieces that we've missed, but yeah, it's all good. We'll get set up with the plow, bring that up here. If we did miss a little strip up here, we will finish that. I don't think we did though. I think we got it all. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, we did this tiny bit. Bring the curvets back up, we'll unload, get the plow, bring it up, and the time we've done all that, we'll probably call it a video. And I can annoy the cat by leaving the room that she's just walked in on. Because she tends to do that quite often. When I'm getting ready to leave, she'll come in and say, "What the hell are you doing, cat? Really?" Oh my god, she's actually purring pretty damn loud. Well. Alright, up we go, curvets. I say it a lot, this thing doesn't have as much power as people think. 216 horsepower, something like that, if memory serves correctly. So it doesn't do well uphill. Which is why it ain't gonna get kept on the map. These hills with MR, you need power. At the same time, the curve is just unique. That's why I love it. Such a unique beast. But it's slowly crawling its way up the hill like this. Gives you plenty of time to drink a cup of coffee. And I was thinking about possibly recording another video after this. No, my stomach is grumbling. I need food. I'm hungry. I don't tend to eat breakfast, so we are gonna make us some lunch. Alright, while that's emptying, we will quickly run down, see even if the crawler tractor will be capable of lifting the plow. If it even looks right. If it doesn't look right, then it's done. I'm not gonna bother. I can't even remember actually the horsepower required for it. See, this plow here would be a good one for it, but we've got the rippers, so do I need it? No. I believe it's this one I got. Yeah. And we need 130 horsepower. And I believe the crawler tractor is 180. It's surprisingly powerful. $180. It's 180 and it requires 200. So we won't be using that. We'll just load up the JD here with it. There goes John Deere. They both are made for each other, so we'll use this for obvious reasons. I just realised the stand's down on that. And back in here. So I tend to keep the mowers in this shed, although I should probably keep them in the shed where I've got the combine header. There's just one way into that thing, and it's kind of irritating to... It would be kind of irritating to move the header out of the way. And I've had a couple of people yell at me about not putting the mowers down when it's in storage, where I don't see a problem with that. I mean, it's got road locks, so it doesn't cause any injury when it's going down the road. And if it does bleed off, it's going to rest on the locking pins. It's going to rest on them. It'll be fine. Well, if it is bleeding hydraulic fluid, then probably got bigger issues to worry about than that. Okay, the weight. Where is the weight? What is the weight on, actually? I think we used it for a machine, and I can't remember what tractor it is. And that could well be New Holland. Oh no, it's on this one. She's up and about again. And we're over time anyway, so I will figure this out off camera. We'll be setting this up. We'll be doing this on stream on Monday, so want to put the archive up, you guys know what I'll be doing. I hope you guys have enjoyed that with Sim saying if you're streaming or not. We will see you guys tomorrow for a West Coast episode. So until next time, check out the live stream later tonight at 7 PM. And until next time, catch you guys later. See ya.